It is good news if you are urinating frequently. It means you're likely getting enough water. Hello everybody, welcome to Pregnancy Week by Week. My name is Jovita Akbala and today is week 6. If you're just coming across this video and you've not seen the previous videos, you might want to check the playlist. I just do not understand how I feel. Now that's what so many people will be feeling at this stage, because a lot of things are going out of your hand. The hormones are in control. Believe me when I say you are not alone, because whether nausea affects you or not, you definitely will not remain the same. Even though nausea or morning sickness affects a lot of women in their early stages of pregnancy, it's not a good experience. But there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. It is something that you have to accommodate, love, cherish, and uphold, so that you can have your bundle with you. I mean, some people will be asking themselves questions like, is it worth it? Why do I have to go through all this stress or all this kind of conditions? Well, having no control over my emotions, my body, my everything, just because I'm pregnant is worth it. Because by the time you consider having your baby in your hands, nurturing that little bundle of joy, you find out that everything is worth it. So nausea and morning sickness can be considered the worst aspects of pregnancy, but there are certain things to do to help you walk through this difficult stage of your life. So morning sickness usually starts around 6 weeks, but in my case, I had cramps in my abdomen, but I kept sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. I didn't even have issues with saliva. For some women, morning sickness and nausea usually happens throughout the pregnancy, but for other women, it happens for the first 14 weeks of pregnancy, and your hormones are responsible for it. Fatigue is a normal part of pregnancy. Pregnancy hormones, especially progesterone, can make you feel tired and weak all the time. Your body is working hard and adjusting to all pregnancy's physical, emotional, and mental changes. Lack of sleep, not eating well, excessive stress, and being anemic can also contribute to lack of energy during pregnancy. Eating regularly. Now, on a normal day, people would consider eating regularly, eating for 2 years, just keep eating and eating and eating bulk food and eating bulk food. If you try that, whatever you see, just take it. When you're asked to eat regularly, you don't necessarily have to have a pile of food regularly just because you're pregnant. I mean, even at that point, your hormones will not even allow you to do a thing like that. So don't even force it. So it's always advisable to eat little chunks regularly. You can, but just make sure your food is balanced to enable your body to digest your food effectively. Now, one other reason why you should eat regularly but in small quantity is to ensure that you maintain a normal blood sugar level. Most women experience nausea in the morning, so it's advisable to eat. Do not skip that period of the day because you have stayed long from the night up until morning without eating. So it's essential that you put something into your mouth, something that you can tolerate into your mouth. Now, it's not left for you to figure that out. What exactly can you tolerate in the morning? You have to keep sampling a lot of things until you find that food that works for you, something you can digest properly and not get irritated by it. Tips to feel good when experiencing nausea. Take a cup of sweet tea and biscuits or fruit before you get off bed. Now this is where daddy becomes Superman. Tell him to help you with the chores. Some people find that ginger is good for them, and that also includes taking things that contain ginger, be it ginger itself or food that contains ginger. Whatever it is, do your best possible to take something that is easy to digest. Depending on how sick you are, whether you vomit or you feel queasy, Do your best possible to take some rest. Yes, at this stage of your pregnancy, I'm sure most people don't know you're pregnant, and you don't want to tell so many people that you're pregnant. You just want to pass through that stage to ensure that pregnancy is established and confirmed before you tell some members of your family, or you just want to go being pregnant before your neighbors find out and let them find out themselves. You're not in the mood to start telling people that you're pregnant. Yes, it's be very difficult for people to understand the reason why you're taking some rest, but for your baby's sake, you have to take rest. Avoid overeating. Eat small amounts regularly. Avoid strong smelly food or perfumes. Whatever it is that makes you irritated, spices, avoid them. Only stay around things that make you feel happy and comfortable. Also avoid hot places. It stimulates nausea. Now, even without being pregnant right now, if I am to stay in a hot environment and I eat my food, it will not digest properly. I have to go and take some air, expose myself to natural air before I can start digesting my food. Otherwise, I'm going to get constipated. No, if that happens to me, how much more somebody who has nausea or is experiencing morning sickness? So you don't want to make yourself uncomfortable. Whatever it is that makes you comfortable, enough air, enough ventilation, space, coolness of environment, please do explore that. Some of us don't know that our environment is actually making us feel miserable. Do not for any reason lie down immediately after eating. Now, sometimes morning sickness can be very bad, sometimes leading to dehydration. Please visit the doctor the moment you find out that you're beginning to get dehydrated. Many expectant parents put off sharing the big news for fear of miscarriages, and you might be highlighting one little pain or discomfort or another. Bear it in mind that some of these pains are absolutely normal during pregnancy. During pregnancy, symptoms such as frequent urination or spotting actually does happen. It's absolutely normal. But you can contact your doctor if you feel uncomfortable about certain changes that you feel in your body, just for the comfort of it. And that's the reason why I said in week 1, if you are somebody who does not love the hospital, start getting ready to hug the hospital, because it's going to be your best friend for the next 9 months. It is good news if you are urinating frequently. It means you're likely getting enough water, and staying hydrated is very vital. It is vital for your health and the health of your developing baby. But quite frankly, urinating regularly can be very annoying. Imagine waking up like how many times in the night just to urinate is very annoying. But you're hydrated and you are keeping your baby in the best condition for development. So what are the tips that you can adopt to help you during frequent urination? Do not hold it in. Urinate when you feel like it. Try to empty your bladder fully by leaning forward when you pee. Do not limit your fluid to try to urinate less often. Don't do that. You don't even need it. So if you have gotten enough drink in the day, you can limit your fluid at night so as not to go to the toilet as often as possible. As for me, I take as much water as I want. I don't mind going to the toilet as often as possible, because even at night, I usually have a jug of water beside me while pregnant and even while not pregnant. So it actually helps you to detox. But while you're pregnant, the fluid that you're able to take protects you and your baby and helps you to detoxify as well. So it's a win-win. But you can do that at night if you have had enough during the day. Still on week 6. Now you are so certain that you're pregnant, you have done your test, you have met your medical practitioner, and your embryo is developing different features, and your body is telling you every day that there is something magical going on inside you, and it is so obvious as you wake up every day that your hormones even remind you that you are a changed person. So, what's happening to you as a mom? Your body is beginning to adapt to pregnancy and you feel tired most of the time. Your pregnancy hormone has made your body to speed up its metabolism and your body is working harder. At this point, you are experiencing some queasiness, but just a few women suffer vomiting with it. You may also experience mood swings and fluctuation of emotions because of your hormone level, which has changed. A midwife or a doctor would have to do an internal examination to ensure the establishment of pregnancy through checking the cervix by doing a cervix examination, because at this point your cervix has softened. So what's happening to your baby? Your baby's intestine has formed and it's beginning to get nourishment from the umbilical cord. It is possible to see a tiny heartbeat through an ultrasound scan at this stage. Your baby's mouth and dental buds are forming. The developing embryo is now shaped with a tail, a head, a torso, and limb buds. And from these limb buds, you get to have the arms and the legs. The nervous system is beginning to develop and blood circulation in and out of the placenta is beginning to take place. Next week, the baby continues to grow as you continue to feel the effects of your changing body and hormones. The baby's neural tube closes this week and the neural tube becomes the baby's brain and spinal cord. The embryo now has an optic ventricle which will later form the eyes. So that'll be all for week 6. I remain Jovita Abala and I'll see you in week 7. See you. I love you so much. Mwah.